I'm not used to the live streams and the stream yard and all that. We'll wait for people to hop on in. My face is all red because I just came back from footy training, and so now
That's all right, mate.
Now I'm stuck into the.
Oh yes, Carlton Drive, very nice.
Yeah,
very nice. I don't have any drink on me at the moment, but I reckon we can start, and then when people come on and more people come on, then we can get into the reviewing the teams.
Yep, exactly. How are we, boys? G'day.
Ooh, hectic Lebo, mate. Good to see you again. How are we doing today?
Is that Mo?
Nah, Mo's not a Lebo. Mo's not Lebanese, that's for sure. He's not.
Oh.
Pretty sure Mo is.
Like a prick. G'day, Sean, Matt. How are you?
Shorty, my friend. Good to see you. Have you put this on Twitter or anything? Let's see if I can retweet it for you.
I've put it on Twitter. You reposted it. Should I post something else or?
You can go again. Yeah. Here we are. Going live, going over the teams. An absolute pleasure to be on, my friend. Thank you so much, God, for having me on.
Yeah, no worries, mate. I know we've been on live streams together in the past. It's been very good, so can't wait for it. Big J's having family time by the sounds of it, so he's not joining us, but for now at least. But yeah, we have 9 people in. Good.
When you've got a ring on, it's very hard to. A lot of your time isn't your own anymore when you tie the knot. So he's got to spend some time with the missus.
Yeah, no more time for Supercoach videos. Still finds a way.
Yes.
Yeah, Corey, we'll get your team reviewed. No worries.
I'm keen to see Causa's team. He's a good coach, Causa. He did really well last year. He was very unlucky at times. I'm really keen to see what Causa's cooking up this year.
Yeah. Joe, this is towards you, mate.
Mate, I haven't made you do anything. If I've convinced you, it's because you've seen the light, my friend. You've seen the light, and we're gonna ride these tickets to the moon, my brother. We're gonna kill it. Don't worry. These two guys are great selections. Do you agree with me, God?
Not so much the Martin pick. We still don't know. We still don't really know his role.
We know what his role is. His role is Nick Dacos, bro.
No, he's not confirmed halfback. He's going to be playing a bit more off halfback, but he's not confirmed he's going to be like 50% halfback. It could be
it'll be more. It'll be more than 50% halfback, but but it's all right. It's okay. We can play the cautious game, but that's the thing. It's either you come out strong with a statement, or you just wait for it. From everything I've read and everything I've heard, he is our architect coming off halfback. So I'm really keen to see the practice game so bad.
Big J watching maths. Oh my god.
I
think what we'll start with is we'll show our teams as it stands, and then we'll get into reviewing others. So if you want to send me or I can search a team up, can't I?
Will you be able to see my on-field team there?
I don't think so. Yeah, maybe send me a screenshot and I'll get that up.
Yeah, all right. I'll take a screenshot of it. It is definitely still tinkering away. Today I've gone even more guns and rookies than before, so it's gonna be interesting to say the least. All right, let me just send it through to you now.
Yeah.
There's an ad break. That looks good.
I'll pull up mine first, and then we'll pull up yours. So there we go. So here we go. So this is my team, how it looks like at the moment. So we need to get a zoom in on that, don't we? Does that look better?
Yeah, that looks very clear. It looks clean cut. Yep.
Good. So yeah, got Dacos. Actually, I need to change this. You convinced me.
I didn't do much. I didn't even say anything to convince you on the pick.
Nah, you convinced me. You've
Oh, good to know.
you're almost tampering with my side, Joe.
I am innocent. I am innocent until proven guilty. I demand a lawyer right now.
You just call yourself, mate, can't you?
Don't do that.
What's it called? So then Hayden Young. So we got Dacos, Stewart, Young, Williams, Gibcus, Hoare, and then we got, who cares about the bench at the moment? Petrarca, Laird, Butters, Brayshaw, Walsh, and I've picked up Guthrie. I've put him in after one comment from Dangerfield, so who knows how that's going to go.
Exactly.
Gawn, Grundy, Flanders, Harms, Billings, Comben, Reed, and McRae. So that's what the team's looking like at the moment.
I like that. It's a good team. I like Comben more as a selection. Freddie has it going. I like Comben as a selection by the looks of things. He's going to be playing. I don't think we'll be doing kicking duties. All right. I think that's going to be a bit over the top, but I think Comben will be a decent intercept marker, I think. So anyone who's not playing forward in the forward line automatically becomes a very relevant selection. And I like your bench. Your bench is good. You paid up for Sweet. You've paid up for Wilson. And you've got all the 123K rookies in the midfield. So I think that's a very sound team.
Yep. It's good for the moment. It will definitely not be the final team, that's for sure. It looks good in my eyes for now, but no, it won't be the final team. All right, I'll pull up your team.
It is just tinkering away. Of course, mine is very far from completion as well. But what I've sent you is currently, as it stands, at 8:37 p.m. on the 6th of Feb.
What is going on? Can I just pull up Discord?
I mean, you could. Can I present?
I'll open browser. There you go. Here we go. Sorry, everyone. I'm pretty new at this streaming debacle.
It's okay. It's all right. It's all for the experience. It's all learning.
I'll remove this and then we'll present. Oh, nope, not that.
Not that one. All right. Can I try and present? Am I allowed to share?
Yeah, you can if you want.
All right. I've sort of presented. There you go. So this is my team currently as it stands. I'm yet to do an updated team review video for a team review update in Feb. So I suppose for all you wonderful viewers here, you're getting a sneak little peek at it. But who knows if this will be the final team coming into it. I am going very guns and rookies. I don't know if that's the right or wrong play. I think obviously JD put up a video that with the increased trades, it's better to go more mid-pricer. But for me, I just want to get the rookies that who play in round 0, because it means I'm going to get an extra price rise out of them before the other teams do, because they're playing round 0 and that contributes. So it's as if they're playing 6 games in 5 weeks. So that's sort of the mentality that I'm taking into this, which is why I'm loading up a bit on these Richmond and Melbourne boys, which might seem at first glance that's too buy heavy, but they're not premiums. These are players that I'm planning to trade out at their buys anyway. So gone with the Sicily, Stewart, Young, Williams, Trezise, Gibcus. Obviously, I have to keep it. I think Gibcus is one that I'm locked in. Trezise, someone I'm going to have to keep a close eye on during the preseason at Richmond. Reed and Hoare, I think they're very popular selections. I've got the Bond. I love the Bond. I know it's a lot of money to spend on one guy, and I didn't want to spend over 700,000 like last year, but I just think the Bond he's got so many different avenues to score, and his role will be guaranteed. I think he'll always play midfield, and even if he rests forward, because he can. We did a video on our channel with Jaden Poposky, and we've done a full breakdown of all of the scoring. And if you score, every stat you have in the forward 50 and defensive 50 give you a 20% boost as opposed to the midfield. So even if Bont rests forward, all of his contested marks, all of his goals, like they're all worth extra scores as opposed to resting on the bench. So even if he drops in price, I can't see him going below 650. Nick Dacos is a new addition to my side. I didn't have him in the first place, but I sort of convinced myself in the last stream that this guy is really hungry. Natural progression. He's going to just continue to fly. I'm not entirely sure that he is going to be tagged. I don't think Finn McGuinness, based on what I'm hearing from a bunch of Hawthorn supporters, they don't think Finn McGuinness is in their best side anyway. So I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't even come up. So Nick Dacos, I think for his price is unders compared to what he can dish out. He could even be M1 for the year. He is that good. So I'm just going to stack up on all the amazing players. Zach Butters, not leaving my side. LDU, not left my side. Nick Martin, massive props on him. Cam Guthrie, you sent me something. I like what I saw from him. I saw what Dangerfield said about him. To be honest, if I had enough money, I would prefer Crouch at this point as opposed to him, but I just don't have the funds to do it without sacrificing the quality of my bench. McKercher and Sanders are really important. I think Matt Roberts playing off halfback could be, for the Swans, could be insanely good. Quick price rise, I think, out of him. Gordon Grundy, too good. Flanders, I think, could be F1 or F2, someone really good. Harms, Billings, Reed. Caleb Windsor's someone I've had in my side for about a week or so. I saw his footage from Melbourne pass my eye test. I reckon he plays in round 1 with his line breaking ability. And then Petrarca comes out and says he's telling everyone who plays Supercoach to put him in their side. So Windsor for me is in. Sexton going to be playing off halfback. A halfback player in the forward line, yes, please. And then Finn McRae, I want Finn McRae on my bench as opposed to on field because I feel like Finn McRae could be an optimal sub, someone who could be subbed out or being used as a sub in various circumstances, and I don't really want that to be on my field. So that, all in all, is how my current team looks like. I've got about 9,600 in the bank.
Quite a few pods, I'm noticing. You got Windsor, Sexton. I don't think that many people pick Sexton. Tresize isn't highly owned. Who else do you have there? You've got
don't think Nick Martin's highly owned yet. Don't think
Nick Martin as well.
I don't think Guthrie's too highly owned either.
And Dacos in the midfield's not highly owned, so
yeah. I just think that the value in the back line is going to be too good. It really depends, I suppose. I'm going to keep a close eye on Tresize if he's any good. Because he played really well last year. He played the one game, did really well. It was against Port Adelaide over there, which was a really tough ask. It's not an easy game to win over there. So I thought he looked pretty good. It really depends on what sort of role he plays, if he's going to be playing off halfback, if he's going to be an intercept defender or anything like that. So he's really just a placeholder at the moment until I get more confirmation, more data out of him. If he's no good, then I might just send Dacos back there, maybe field Matt Roberts. But he's also someone I have to keep an eye on because he might not be best 22. If he's in the best 22, then he will be amazing playing off halfback. But there's a lot of water to pass under the bridge between now and round 1. And the amazing thing is they're playing round 0. So we get to have a free look at him.
Yep, exactly right. That's the luxury. And yeah, so I like my team's it's not similar, but I'm in a similar case where I can get a Tresize out. Like if for you example, if you got a Tresize out and got a Caulfield or something, you'd have about 80, 90K in the bank, and that's about the same situation I'm in. So
exactly.
No, beautiful. All right. Frank. G'day. How are you? You have put Dacos. Interesting, Joe. Interesting.
I like having good players in the team, Hectic Lebo, and he's one of the best. He could win the Brownlow this year, so I don't want to miss him.
Yeah. Free Supercoach, just uploaded my team to the Twitter. Lots of changes. And I posted it to your Facebook, Joe. I've had Bonton track in there, but just thought this might be better.
Very
well.
well.
All right, we'll have a look at it. And yeah, go subscribe to Freddie Supercoach. Team name is Pies Flag 2024. Sorry, I'm used to Flag Pies, so
he's changed it up, Frank. He's changed it up. Nice
yeah.
one. Well done.
We'll get onto that. And never had Dacos in any of my teams yet. Now you're a terrible Supercoach player, Causa. Alrighty. Let's get into the team reviews. All right.
It's gonna be an interesting one. To Dacos or not to Dacos to start the season. The only reason why you wouldn't start Dacos, I think, is if you're really adamant, you're sure that he's gonna drop in price a lot due to copying a tag before his buy. But if that doesn't happen, then he really could price you out. And I don't want to be left to the whims of the gods. We're on Supercoach God right now on his channel, but I don't want to be left, I don't want my fate hanging in the balance when it comes to, I have to find a way to trade up and possibly get Nick Dacos, and if he doesn't cop a tag. So that's what I'm worried about.
Yeah. Completely understand that. But you'd think that Dacos would have practiced on how to handle a tag in the off season, considering he got it a few times. We'll go through a few of these. Tom Green wins Brownlow. Todd Marshall wins Coleman.
Todd Marshall?
Yeah.
That's a big call, Connor. Put some money on it.
I don't even think Port are making the top 4. Joe's a Port fan, so if you he's an undercover Port fan. Thoughts on Ron Marshall? I wouldn't go there. What's it? There's too many.
Marshall.
There's just better options.
He's the most durable, though. He'll probably play the whole year for you. There'll be a question mark over Max Gawn. I reckon Max Gawn misses a game or two here and there. Might be managed. He's not a spring chicken anymore, Big Maxi. I wouldn't be surprised if Rowan Marshall finishes R2 or R3. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, I think Grundy's definitely the most durable. He's barely had an injury. He had the knee PCL.
Yeah.
PCL, yeah.
When he had a neck.
When he was playing for Collingwood. And yeah, he broke his neck or something, really.
Some neck nerve damage.
Yeah, but that was really early in his career, I think, wasn't it? Or was that? I'm not sure.
No, I thought that was after the PCL.
Oh, maybe. I'm not sure. Anyway, they're all at Collingwood, but yeah. Yep, Causa. Can't start him. No one can start. I don't know why you can't start him. I'm very confused. It might change after round 0, but can change for sure. Yeah, well, that's why we get the round 0, mate. Anyway, we'll get on to Cause. This is Cause's team here. So, Fishing for Premiums is his team name, if you want to go check that out.
And there's no Zach Fisher. No Zach Fisher, and he's fishing for premiums. I think that was the inspiration behind his team name. I think, Causa.
He really needs.
Let me know if that's correct.
He needs to change the name. Anyway, so we got Sicily, Houston, Young, Williams, Gibcus, Hoare, Reed, Caulfield. So, what do you think of that backline, Joe?
I think it's good. I think the three defensive primos are good because there are, as we can see, there are plenty of defensive rookies. So I think that makes sense. I wouldn't go 4 at this point in time. It looks good. I personally don't like Dan Houston, though. I think he's a bit of a burn man for me. Prone to the odd 70s here and there, so I don't think he'll ever price me out of him.
That, and he's probably the most injury-prone defender premium on the list, I would have to say, from what I was looking at today. But yeah, I'm not a fan of Houston. It can work. It can definitely work because he can go 150 and 70 all year, just back-to-back weeks. So,
Exactly.
Yeah, it definitely can work. But yeah, Young, love the Young pick. Sicily, good pick. And yeah, no complaints with that at all. So
Nope.
then we got Bont, Petrarca, Laird, Merritt, Butters, McKercher.
Making it rain in that midfield. It's raining premiums,
And then
man.
we just got some 117K rookies.
Ooh.
I do like this midfield, but Joe, I'm under the influence that Bonds is too expensive, and I know you disagree with me, but I don't know if you. I don't think you'll have the year he had last year. I don't think it's possible to have the year he had last year. But then again, Gary Ablett did it for consecutive years, so you never know.
I can understand where you're coming from, and just on face value, I suppose you would imagine that it's very unlikely for someone to just pop off in Bond's fashion. But I can't help but feel that he can back it up, especially having cleaned up his ankle. And now everyone, a lot of players in the off season, they might not be struggling with a particular injury or not, but in their postseason review, they might be recommended. I think it would be good if you clean this out, if you clean that out, because it will just improve your performance for the coming season. I just
Yeah,
imagine Bontempelli is by far and away the Bulldogs' best player by so much. It's not even funny. And when you watch him, what he does, he just gets all these one percenters due to his size,
yeah,
athleticism, and he's pretty good at ground level. So I think Bond's, unlike a Laird, who you feel like if he's not tackling enough, he's not going to get the big game, the big
yeah,
score.
and
But
contested
with
ball.
Bond, he can just get these scores through a lot of different avenues. So for me, I think Bond is one of the most safest selections. And I know it's a lot of money, but I can't see him. I can't see him dropping that much. He might get to 650 around about there, but I'd rather start him and get his 130s.
Yep. No, good call. Get those captain scores and like it for me, for example, I'll just be waiting all year for him to get to that 650 mark. Whereas you'll just be like king of the castle, mate. I'm just getting these 130, 135. So
Exactly.
I'm relaxed, I'm calm. But yeah. All right. So Petrarca pick. I love the Petrarca pick.
Love it.
I love it. I've been talking on my channel a lot about how sexy Petrarca's looking in the preseason, and yeah, he's a very, very, very good player and a very good
Thick
trainer.
man.
So
He's a thick man this year.
he's a thick man,
Thunder thighs, man. Those thighs are
mate.
bigger than my future opportunities or something. I don't know. It's ridiculous.
You think he's thick now, mate? You should have seen him in his draft year. um. Anyway, Rory Laird. Yeah, very safe pick. I think Laird's just as safe as the Bont and Petrarca pick, in my opinion. And Merritt, I don't know about Merritt as a starting pick.
Yeah,
I
I'm not.
was
I'm
listening
not
to you
there.
talk about Joe last night, and do you want to touch on that?
Yeah, no. But Merritt's a pickup from round 7 onwards. I reckon. Merritt's can cop a tag here and there, especially round 1. I mean, we got the Hawks, and if anyone's going to get tagged at the Bombers, it's going to be Zach Merritt. Uh, Definitely reckon Merritt is a very fine person to target from round 7 onwards. Our fixture opens up. He historically has been a pickup after the bye, but he was the skipper for the first time last year. He sort of hit his straps a lot earlier than in previous seasons. I anticipate another preseason as skipper, he'll hit his straps even sooner. I prefer, if you're going to start, I reckon you could go Nick Dacos for roughly the same price. And I think Nick Dacos is unders, to be honest, at this point. From
Yeah,
what he can do, I reckon Dacos goes 120 plus easily this year.
yeah. And just to touch on like Dacos as well, like, and any of those players in opening round, if you think they're going to be averaging in the top 6, and you think they're underpriced, pick them. Like, it doesn't matter if they're playing one less game. Realistically, it does not matter because you'll probably have a rookie score 20 less points on the day that he's 20, 30 if they're a good rookie. Score when he's not playing. So, and he's going to catch up. He's still probably going to be the number one scorer in the back line, even though he's missing one more game. So, yeah, I don't see any reason not to pick him. And then Butters I love how he's got the captain on Butters. That's hilarious. I don't think he's optimized his team. he's just
no,
he has.
He has optimized it because if you look who Port play in round 1, they're playing the Eagles.
Yeah, but looking at my side, Butters is projected a 96.
That's not going to happen. Butters is probably going to go 150 in round 1, probably. He's playing the Eagles.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, but they've Eagles, I feel like, have a tagger, but they don't really chuck a tagger to Butters, do they?
I don't think they've tried, and I don't think they will try. What's the point? They're not going to win any games. They might as well use all of their available list spots to develop their team, to develop their players. Having a pure negating player is just a waste of time for them this year.
Yeah, I don't even think they have a game plan at this point. So, what's the point? I reckon relegation should come in just for the Eagles. They're 100,000 members or whatever. All right. Then the McKercher Sanders Sharp. That's pretty generic. You would have thought you either have the five primos with the extra 123k rookie, or a mid pricer. Really, the mid pricer you're expecting to become a primo, right? Like in the midfield. So it's either 6 primos and McKercher and Sanders, or 5 primos, McKercher and Sanders, and a Sharp, for example.
Yeah.
So Gawn and Grundy, that's just probably the most common thing this year, you would have thought.
Yeah.
And then on the forward line, and he's got Sweet, so I like that. I like the Sweet selection.
Yep.
Joe knows a lot about the Sweet selection. He's a undercover Port fan, as we've already discussed. He loves In Excess as well. So
never tear us apart, mate. Never.
McRae. Yeah, I had him yesterday. Still,
wow.
I still had him until I decided to go Guthrie, so I got out of him. So yeah, it's just tightness anyway. It's not a full strain, and is it? I don't think it is.
I thought it was a low grade strain, to be honest.
Yeah. So low grade, 2-3 weeks. There's 5 weeks till the season. I still think he's a good pick. I know he's he's 29, so I say that's one more good year for McRae. So yeah. I do like the McRae pick. I'm just not picking him for now. Is that Flanders? Yeah. So Flanders, I think he's probably, apart from McRae, he'd be the only real premium people are thinking of. There's a few teams I've seen where they've got a key forward in there. But yeah, I don't like the key forwards. Comben, Reed, Windsor, Kennedy. He's got your man Windsor, Joe. So
he's got my man. So I'm an undercover Melbourne fan as well, by the looks of things. My boy Caleb. No, I don't know, man. I'm an undercover everyone fan. I freaking love football way too much. Apart from Collingwood, I'd never say I'm an undercover Collingwood fan. That's if I ever say that, I've been kidnapped. But I love Windsor. I like the Windsor selection.
You only just got Dacos in your team, so you got to have something against Collingwood.
A lot.
Yeah, no, I like this team. It's very common, a common structure we're seeing across the whole of Supercoach this year. So yeah,
I find the forward line most interesting though. He doesn't have any of some common mid prices like a Harms or a Billings. He doesn't have any of those guys. Not even a Fife. I'm seeing a lot of people rocking a Fife. He's got Kennedy instead. He's got Jones instead of Cadman on the bench, for example. Like I would imagine, if you think in GWS, they got the Eagles and North in the first 2 weeks. Cadman could be a juicy selection on the bench.
Yeah, exactly. No, but overall, mate, it is a good team. Good starting point anyway. So, yeah, I'm sure this will change. We'll answer a couple of questions as well before we go on to the next team. So, this Sloppy Joe helping out his son's channel.
Mate,
It, mate.
I have not sunned the God. The God is the God, mate. How can I'm not the father of God, but Jonas, he's just a good friend. He's a good young man. He's a great friend of the Cinderbounce channel, and obviously we talk a little bit off there as well. So definitely like having a chat with him. I know he's a Collingwood supporter, but he makes up for it with his personality.
Oh, thanks, mate. Yeah. I can't start too many mids as I honestly don't know who the top 10 mids will be. It is a bit hard this year. I know there's a lot of players that are like, oh, you think are just going to be in the top 8, but every year one or two drop out. And you just don't know who it's going to be. Hopefully it's Bont, but yeah, I don't think that's going to be the
case. But yeah, I mean, seriously, I mean, you can sort of expect the Bont to be up there. You can expect Petrarca to be up there. If Clayton Oliver comes back and is fit, you'd expect Clayton Oliver to be up there. I'm not going to say Zach Merritt because someone might think I'm being biased, so I won't say him. But you can expect maybe perhaps Nick Dacos could go 120 plus, but you'd probably have him in the back line more than anything. Zach Butters. I mean, everyone expects Zach Butters to be in the top 8 or top 10, hence why we're all starting him, right? So there are a few players that you can pencil in, and then you can always leave some spots in the midfield to target some fallen premiums who might not necessarily have to be in the top 10. They could be top 15 to top 20, and that can still be an acceptable M8 for you.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, you'll see every year. No one ever has the top 8 mids as their midfielder. We wish we did, but yeah. Yeah, he's looking for value in other lines. So fair enough. If that's the way you want to go, can't blame you. I wouldn't be surprised if that works, to be honest. Give me Bont and Guthrie for 6 weeks instead of 2 of the many overrated 600k mids. Don't know about some of them being overrated. Depends.
Give me some examples, Jonas. Yeah, who's overrated? Don't tell me Darcy Parish. Darcy Parish is not overrated, all right? But tell me, or is it maybe Brayshaw, perhaps?
Brayshaw could be overrated. I could see him being overrated. He was in my side. He still is. Yeah, he still is in my side. But I can see the possibility of him being overrated.
100%. He's overrated, and I've overrated him. Hence why he's in my side.
Bont's a must for the C option, of course. That might change to. Oh, Merritt might change to Dacos.
Yeah.
In Cause's team. Yeah, I'd just do that straight away, Cause if I were you. Is having Fife, Yo, Wardlaw, Windhager, and Harms good pods? Is Harms a pod?
Yeah, I wouldn't consider him one. Let's see, what's his ownership at? Let's see. Harms. I'll go have a look at Harms. Out of harm's way. I wouldn't. I don't know. Maybe in the around the 20% mark. 13%.
Oh, it's like borderline, isn't it? It's borderline. Yeah. Fife, Yo, I just don't even know why you're asking me this question, to be honest now. So do not go near Fife or Yo. It did terrible pick. Terrible picks. I saw what did I see? I saw a tweet of someone talking, the West Coast Eagles talking about Yo. They said
unstoppable.
they said he's unstoppable. You know what I was thinking in my head? I was like, oh, yeah, well, it's bloody not hard to be unstoppable when you're playing cones. But anyway,
correct. Some witches' hats, mate.
Yeah, witches' hats.
The witches' hats Eagles.
Wardlaw could work. There's a world where Wardlaw works.
There is.
Windhager, there's also a world where Windhager works. And Harms is definitely a good pick. I've got him on my side. For now, he's a good pick. He kicked 4 and had like 20 touches in a match sim or something.
Which is really good.
Good.
I'm not sure on Windhager. I think Windhager, I don't know where he lines up at his best, if he's going to play enough midfield or if if he plays midfield, he might be just given too much of a defensive role. So I don't know about what sort of scoring we can anticipate from him. All we've heard about him is how big he's gotten and how amazing his body is. But I just want to see how he plays and what his role is going to be.
Yeah, and I think he'll get to the point where he is that big body mid eventually. It took Jack Steele a bit of time. Jack Steele was on the wing for a long time, and a tagger as well, before he actually got into the guts. But yeah, I think it will take Winager a bit more time. I don't know if that will happen this year.
I like it, Sean. It's like Yo's injuries are unstoppable. Yes, Shawnee, I love it. Yo's injuries are unstoppable.
Oh my god. Your thoughts on starting Dacos and keeping him through the bye, but instead trade Brody? Oh, Brody Grundy.
Bundy to Rowan Marshmallow. No.
Or the smelly palming. Oh.
Love it, Jonas. Look, I don't think it's worthwhile. I mean, I've our good friend JD is right when he says this. If you have an injury that's a 1 week duration, you don't trade them out. You hold on to him. So same thing with the bye. Imagine it as a 1 week injury where they have to have a layoff and then bring them back in the following week. Just hope that you're playing R3 is actually playing so that you don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, otherwise you may as well pick a ruck forward DPP 102k. What's his name? Man, I can't remember.
There's Finbar Malley. And then there's
I call him Melee.
Melee. And then there's Cohen Livingston from the Eagles.
Yeah. All right. Changing McRae when I see preseason games. Fair enough. You're just keeping your side as you've already, to know that you've got that 560k cash available. Melbourne are desperate for speed. One of the slowest teams in the comp. Windsor has been running rings around them already this preseason. Yeah, I haven't looked too much into Windsor. I might have to start considering him. I'll
send you a clip. He looked amazing. So you can have a look at him. I love what I saw from the Melbourne. It was the Melbourne Football Club. Their socials. Where is it? Here it is. Match sim. Let me copy this link and send it to you.
Yep.
But yeah.
I'll get that up.
Hey, Jonas, I actually had to look at that. I had no idea there was a team in our centre bounce group that was Sloppy Joe laying pipe. Is that your team? That's got to be your team, Jonas. No one else calls me Sloppy Joe apart from you.
All right, here's the video.
Here he is, number 6. Takes a mark off half back, kicks it in, middle of the ground, and look at the work rate. He gets it back.
Oh, look at him go.
Takes a bounce, kicks it inside 50. You love what? Look at him. He's got this dash. You know what I mean? He's a go. Give and go. Give it back to me. Give it back to me. Takes on a tackler. Frees up a handball. Love it. I love it. Very exciting.
No, now that I think about it, I do remember you showing this yesterday or something.
Correct, it was. I showed this last night.
But yeah, no, he does look very good. God damn it, I'm going to have to get him in. My team's changing every 2 minutes at this point.
That's exactly right, mate.
Canelio will have 80 disposals the first 2 weeks.
Yeah, he's got the Eagles and North.
How old's Canelio now?
Is it Canelio? Or will it be Green? Or will it be Jelly?
Green. Green will have about 100 on them. First 2 weeks, I reckon. So he's going to break the disposal record twice in the same season.
It depends if Wardlaw's healthy. Wardlaw's a bit of a beast.
Yeah, true. Oh my God. I reckon you could have Dacos all year in mids, as reckon Stuart Ryan Sinclair could be in my team as well.
Yeah.
In my opinion, if your 8 mids, if your 8th mid is averaging more than your 6th defender, you'd rather put Dacos in there and get another mid, right?
Yeah.
So
I would think so.
I think at some point you probably want to put Dacos in the back line.
I mean, what's D6? D6 last year, if we pull it up, like it wasn't as much as M8.
It's 103 or something.
Yeah, so I think ultimately the more big scorers you can have, the better. And if you can find a way to have Dacos in your back line and then get someone who's averaging more than 103, I think you want at least 100. I think you want to push 110 for your M8.
Yeah, I agree. Joe, thoughts?
There's no need to respond to jokesters, mate. This guy was bagging Tom Green left, right, and center last year, and I don't have to say anything more than that, Jonas. I know you're a Carlton man. You're a Carlton man, Jonas. So you're biased, mate.
He hates Tom Green so much that he's saying Canelio will have 80 disposals in the first 2 weeks.
Exactly.
I'm not sure if he's overrated for that price. What do you think, Joe?
I think Tom Green is going to be a top 8 mid.
Yeah, I reckon he will as well.
He's not overrated for his price.
No.
Yep, I agree.
Yes. He'll get under 600k at some point. 100%, I think. Tom Green early buy, no good. You can start him. You can.
The same way you can start Sam Walsh, for example.
Exactly, like I am. James Harmless looked cooked last season. Disinterested too. This guy loves a Jonas. He loves to rip into players, doesn't he?
Mate, he is my favorite. I don't want to say this. I know this is tough to say, but he makes me laugh without fail every time. James, he is the GOAT when it comes to the nicknames of people. But I agree, Jonas. He did look bad last year, and that's why he's not at that team anymore. It looks like he's gonna be a bit better and seems to be playing a bit better of a role at his new club. So I reckon it's worth a punt for that price in the forward line, Jonas.
And there's so many mid prices that you can swap them out after the first 2 weeks and get in another one.
Exactly.
That's working. Yep. Can't wait for the tears when mid 5 crisis goes down injured yet again.
Yep.
Oh.
They need to make sure they have great life insurance.
Yeah, if anyone comes complaining to me, I'm blocking them. See, I told you so. Meek or Reeves? None.
What is the point of this question, Freddie? Like
Yeah,
for someone
I don't know.
that for
I
real
reckon
life,
Grundy or Gorn.
Meek
Maybe.
or Reeves. Wow.
I'm gonna take a punt and say who does Meek plays for Hawthorn as well, doesn't he?
They both play for Hawthorn.
Oh, Reeves gets game time over Meek, I think.
Yeah. I would have said Meek last year, but he did nothing with the opportunities that he had available to him last year. So yeah, I'd give Reeves a crack, Freddie. Not for Supercoach, just for real life. For the Hawthorn team.
We'll do this question and then we'll. Well, that's not really a question, but Saints fan Winhager at best averages 80, very defensive player, but doesn't get much of the ball. All right, don't pick Winhager, lads. Don't pick Winhager.
Yeah, that was my concern as well.
Yeah.
And with Winhager, he's priced at 323, which means he's priced at 57.8. For him, if he goes 80, then he could make you close to $100,000 if he averages 80, which is not too bad, but I think there are safer options that can give us the money faster.
All right, we'll do this question, then we'll get back into teams. So, Carl Amon, thoughts on him as an option? I honestly haven't read too much into it. I know there's rumors of him playing halfback. But will he get enough time on the halfback is the question, because he's also playing that wing role as well, and he plays the wing pretty damn well. So, and Hawthorn have so many players they can chuck on halfback as well. So I'm not sure. To be honest, what are your thoughts, Joe?
He was primarily a winger, played halfback last few games of last season, did really well. The Hawks liked what they saw from him at halfback. He's been training at halfback. So all that is amazing and wonderful. And if he does have that halfback role, then he really should be a pick in everybody's side, because what he can dish out compared to what his price is incredibly juicy. The problem is that I don't think he's guaranteed that halfback role even within the span of the game. He might start there, but I think they've got other players who could play off halfback. I know they like Weddle, and they've been using Weddle a lot off halfback as well. CJ could go back to halfback. He played that role last year. They've picked up Massimo D'Ambrosio from the Bombers, who could also play off halfback. That's what he did for us. So there's a few players that could play halfback, and you never know when Amon could be pushed out on a wing just for a rotation. And for that, keep a close eye on it still in the preseason and the practice games.
Yep. All right. Definitely keep that into consideration. All right, we'll get into the teams. Also, if you want to send your teams, I think we've already got 20 teams in there, so I don't even know if we're going to get through all of those tonight, but I might do another one of these. It might be by myself.
We could pump them out. Pump them out, God. Come on. We can go faster. Let's go.
We'll get them quick. All right, done. All right. Where's the next one? Oh,
that's Cause's team.
Yeah. Wiley Red. All right. He's just, I sent two images. All right. So he's got Dacos Young, Buderick, Chapman, Williams, Gibcus. So I think we've touched on all of these players except for Chapman and Buderick. What are your thoughts, Joe?
I reckon this is a very aggressive team. Only two premiums in the back line is very light on. You're really hoping that those mid prices pop off in Buderick and Chapman. So yeah, it's a bit risky. I'd like it if you had one more premium in the back line, to be honest.
Yep. And just as Channel 9, what's the Sunday Footy Show says, what caught my eye? I'll show you what caught my eye. Trishan Sherry in the ruck line. That caught my eye. I don't know about this. I don't know
Oh,
about
this is a
position,
full
Joe.
value team. Look at that midfield.
I know Crouch, Martin, Miller, Trelaw
Wines
at 600K, Dunkley as your M1.
and Wines
Wines,
at
yeah, Wines as well.
M7.
Sanders at M9.
Wow. Wow. This is
Whoa,
a very
it's
aggressive team. The only problem is not very few of them are keepers. Very few are keepers. I wouldn't do that.
I'd only put if Nick Martin can be a keeper, as you've touched on, Joe, and he might get DPP as well. So you're probably picking him, assuming he will probably get DPP, and you'll put him in the back line.
Yep.
Crouch is also a potentially good pick. But then even like look at the forward line. This is unheard of. Jeremy Cameron. So this is what I was talking about with key forwards. It's okay if you're playing just for if you're going to keep Cameron all year and you're just going to go for overall, and he averages if he averages 95, he's quite injury prone as well. He's going to average 95 all year. It's a good pick, but if you're playing in some leagues and you want to win some leagues, do not pick key forwards. Do not pick
Agreed.
key forwards. But yeah, Hewitt as well, Elijah Hewitt. That's I haven't really studied this pick much. Joe, have you?
Yeah, I haven't really studied it too much. No, I think DB on Fantasy Tech TV Discord is not. He started off hot on him, but even he's cooled down, and he's a diehard
Massive,
Eagles fan. So if
massive.
he's cooled down on him, then I would stay away. Think this is way too mid price heavy. I understand that you can be aggressive with the 40 trades, but at the end of the day, you need to at least have enough keepers to round out your season. I think Flanders, Grundy, Martin, Tuke Miller, keep a close eye on him. Love it, Jonas. Trelaw, injury prone. I don't think you have enough keepers for your team, to be honest.
He's playing
And because,
fantasy.
yeah, correct. This is fantasy.
But yeah, I think pretty much that team just way too mid price heavy. Try get some lock in primos and get in some more rookies. I don't think you have enough rookies.
Correct.
In all honesty,
They're the cash gens. They're the cash gen.
Yeah, big old Benjamin Fitzy. He's got. Oh, we can't even see. Can we see his full? Okay, there we go. So he's got the three. He's got four. He's got Duggan. He's injured. Liam Duggan. He's what did he do? A hammy or something?
Fix it up.
Yeah,
Fix up the team, mate.
But four defender primos is. I haven't seen that yet.
Yeah, it's different, but it can work, especially if he doesn't like the mid prices a lot. But I just don't think he should. I think there's too many good rookies in the back line to sacrifice on their cash gen.
Check out the midfield. Newcomb, Steele, Amon. Brayshaw is M2.
Too light.
Yeah, way too light.
Too light in the mids.
Steele could definitely pay off. I can see Steele definitely paying off. I don't know. Like obviously Ross Lyon coached him last year, but can he get the most out of Steele in a super coach role? Is what I'm trying to say. But yeah, can Steele get back to that 120, 125 average that he was a few years ago? I don't think so. Newcomb, I can't really see this pick going terribly wrong, but
I can't see him being top 10 mid either.
No, exactly. And
so what's the point?
At 550K, you got to pick that. You got to pick those players. And Amon, we've spoken about him. Gorn, Grundy, Sweet. That's pretty. Where am I? No, I was right. And then we got another Cameron pick, another Hewitt
No,
pick.
this is the previous team. This is the previous team.
Oh my God. Fisher.
McDonald, I think, is injured.
Is he?
I think he got injured very recently.
All right. Well, there you go. So you got 2 injured players there. James Jordan, who I think could be a good pick. Cam McKenzie. This could work. This could work, the Cam McKenzie pick, I think. He'll be playing a lot more mid-time, especially if McDonald's gone as well. For sure. And Braden George, I heard off one of my workmates that Braden George is killing it at North at the moment as a half backman. But the thing with North is, who is going to play half back? They've got about 50 of them. So
exactly.
I don't know.
Causa says it was Bailey McDonald, not Connor McDonald. Apologies, Causa. Thanks for pulling me up on that. He's not Connor McDonald is not an injured player. Too many McDonalds. Bloody hell.
Yeah, he's got the 2 C-Max at Hawthorn.
Tell me you're a Hawthorn supporter without telling me you're a Hawthorn supporter.
Yeah, Newcomb, Amon. Yeah, this team, I think you need a restart. I think. Nah.
Wow, that's nice.
No. The forward line, I think you need at least a Flanders or McRae in the forward line, in my opinion. And yeah, your highest forward's 380k. I can't really see that. It could work. I can't really see that working. And yeah, I think you've gone for too much value premiums.
Yeah.
And you haven't gone for the top dogs.
Correct.
Here we got, how do you say that, Joe?
I can't see behind your Supercoach logo.
There
we go. Chautauqua?
Chautauqua. That was a good horse back in the day.
There you go.
But yeah, okay. So he's got the Sicily Stewart Young. So that's pretty common. I wouldn't say it's
very
uncommon.
Nice. Very nice.
Curtin's injured. So I'd get him out of your side. And first team with Toby Pink, I think, what we've seen, which is interesting.
Yep, that's right.
Don't mind
a placeholder at the moment, I would imagine.
Yeah, 100%. Then we got Track, Dawson, Butters, Brayshaw, Miller, Braden Campbell.
Campbell, nah. What you doing, Chautauqua? This is Shiitake, bro. What are you doing?
The man who rocks the buzz better than anyone, Braden Campbell. Yeah, I can't see that working unless you have some crazy inside knowledge that no one else has. I can't see that working at all.
I reckon the only person who has Braden Campbell is Braden Campbell's father or mother. So Chautauqua, if you're watching, please hook us up with a Braden Campbell autograph, please.
Dawson pick is interesting as well. So, Joe, what are your thoughts on the Dawson pick?
I like it, to be honest. I think with the news that Rankin, Pedler, Rochelle going through the midfield at Adelaide suggests that they're going to move the ball faster than they did last year. Less stoppage heavy, more outside game plan, which I think suits Dawson better. So I like Dawson as a selection.
There we go. We're looking at Flag Pies 23's team. There you go.
Hook us up with Braden Campbell autograph Flag Pies.
Yeah, Do you reckon the mid-season trade period's coming in and we're picking up Campbell? I'm very confused at what your go is here. Anyway, Bailey Humphrey is also very interesting. I haven't seen any.
He's a good player.
He's a good player. He is a good player, but is he going to get the mid-time? I can't see him getting more mid-time than he did last year, to be honest. But he could. He could. It's hard to tell. Emmett. What's his first name? Tom or something.
Yeah,
Do you know,
I think
Joe?
so.
Yeah,
I'm not an undercover Freo fan. Clearly,
no,
I've been exposed. Emmett, I think it's Tom, isn't it?
I don't
What's
know,
his?
but he's
You can,
182K, so that's
yeah, it
bold.
is. It is Tom Emmett. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, that's bold. Yeah, if there's a T in front of the name, it's you just guess. It's Tom.
Timothy. No, I'm just joking.
Timothy. Yeah, 182K player that I've never heard of before is a very.
He's playing. I think he's taken Lockie Schultz's position in the team.
Yeah, I'm not picking a small forward at
Agreed.
180K. That's for sure. And then you got
But
the
he did do well last year. He played 2 games, and from memory, he didn't have to kick too many goals in order to score decently. I think he averaged 80 points. Oh, there you go. Thanks, Causa.
bit of a
He did.
Cade
He
Chandler.
averaged 80 points last season off 2 games. So it's not too bad. You can certainly do worse at 180K.
So a bit of a Cade Chandler maybe.
Yes.
Like Cade Chandler, he never really scored much. He might have got a goal a game, but he had so many score involvement. Every one of his touches went to a score. So
yeah,
it could be a bit like that. Yeah, overall this team, it's not too bad.
No, it's not. Just keep a close eye on the preseason. Obviously, I'd prefer Flanders over McRae, or Flanders over a Humphrey. But ultimately, you got to back your own gut. If you've got your own read that you think Humphrey could be a top 6 forward this year, then if that's what you think, then that's why you've picked him.
Yep. All right. Boomy.
Ooh, Boomy.
He's got. Oh, we can't even see the prices here. That's a pain.
It's all right. He's trying to show off that he's got that he's paid up for gold. Well done, Boomy.
Nasai Wanganeen as his D1.
D1 Nazaya.
And he's what, 475K, I think.
Freed from Nazaya. No, that's really impressive. I would not be that aggressive in the back line.
D2. Witherden.
Wow.
Witherden can work. See Witherden working. Worked in the past.
Nah, this guy is a freaking Melbourne supporter. Rivers, Petrarca, Viney, Sparrow, Windsor, Fritsch, Gorn, Marty Hall on the bench in the back line.
I'm going to tell you flat out, Boomy. I think you need to get ready for this. Why would you pick that slick-haired little runt in your forward line?
No idea.
He's got to go.
100%.
And
100%.
Put Windsor in the forward line. Just makes your structure better, I reckon. Jed Walters also injured, so get him out. Will Brodie is a big call. Was amazing for us years ago. 2 years, 3
years ago. 2 years ago, yes.
2 years ago, yeah. I'm getting on, Joe. I'm getting on.
Don't remind me. What does that make me? All around.
But yeah, Brodie, I would not be going near that. I think you need to probably take out. You need to restructure your defense.
I love it. Big fan of content. No Stephen May. This guy's a fake fan. I love it. Yeah. Where's Jakey Melksham? Or where's in the forward line? Or Cozzy Pickett, the thug? Nah, man. I reckon what you need to do, you need to take out some of these ridiculous mid-prices like Sparrow and Fritsch and really commit to either a guns and rookies approach. You want keepers because you've got no keepers. You've got Petrarca, LDU, Walsh, Gordon Grundy, and Flanders. You've got 5 keepers in your team, bro. That just doesn't work.
You could go full Ds. I think you'd even have more keepers in your team if you went full Ds.
Yeah. You need at least 11 keepers. You've got 5 at best. So yeah, restructure.
Agreed. Luke, he's got Sicily, Stewart, Chapman, Williams, Curtin, gotta go, Gibcus, and then Reed Caulfield. So
that's fine.
That I don't mind that. Just change a Curtin to a
To what,
Tresize.
Marty Hoare?
Marty
Free up
Hoare.
55K.
Marty Hoare's a free 70 each week. I don't at
Yeah.
123K.
Yeah.
If he plays, of course. Bont, Dawson, LDU, Tom Green, Brayshaw. I don't have a problem with these five. I'm happy with these five.
Yep.
Wardlaw
could be value if he stays fit.
Value if he stays fit, and we got to remember he's a second-year player.
Yep.
Like second-year player. I don't know what it is lately. I swear this is a new thing where first, second-year players are just storming onto the block and getting to 500K and averaging 100. But yeah,
he could work. He could work.
He
coach and Sanders are also locks, I think, on field. Rogers, haven't heard too much about him, but from what I can tell, he's very highly regarded at the Suns, so he could feature early.
And I don't mind this forward line, apart from Dersma.
Agreed.
Yeah,
so he can. So the money that he frees up, the money he frees up from Curtin down to Hoare, and then he can put that money on Dersma and get a mid-price like a Billings, who, big fan of content, reckons will average 85. If that's the case, big fan of content, then Billings becomes a keeper, I think, in the forward line.
Yeah, damn well could be if we don't get any DPP changes. But yeah, this team's not bad.
No.
Don't mind this team. Just a few changes with injuries and role. You probably have to look a bit more into. So just the Curtin injured, and Dersma is a small forward in one of the worst teams in the league. So yeah, apart from that, good team.
100%. Well done.
Ollie Macca. All right.
Jeez, that's a lot in the bank.
That is a lot in the bank. I reckon last year I started with about that much in the bank. And
Seriously?
it was the worst decision I ever made. So
100%.
Make sure you need to have like 20K or less.
Yeah.
Or try to, I think.
You don't even have to listen to us. Moraira's Magic, Selby, the GOAT of fantasy football. His mantra is money not on the field is a waste. So because your on-field players are the ones that are going to get you the points. And if you're sacrificing money, you're not putting all your money to get the best possible players on the field, you're going to be sacrificing points, and you're also going to be sacrificing cash gen down the track as well. So you can't cash out this 100,000 into real life. If that was the case, then I wouldn't even I wouldn't buy a single player. But you need to use your money, man. Without the money, you get no honey.
Yeah. I love the captain on merit at M1.
Bellissimo. Bellissimo. This could be an Essendon Nuffy. A man of my heart.
LDU, Goulden, Green, Walsh. Goulden's interesting. No one's really been talking about Goulden, have they? It's been he's kind of gone under the radar a bit, I would have thought.
Yes. But not from Sydney. Sydney,
no.
He's doing sensational. And his early start to the year is going to be insane. Like, I think he averaged, in his first run before the finals, before his bye, those teams that he's playing, I think he's got an average of like a 140 against them. So Goulden's on track for a very hot start before his bye.
Yep. So I don't mind the pick. Yeah, that structure is good in the midfield. Just Dersma have an issue with. That's about it. And then we got Dusty. So Dusty and Fife. You wouldn't find too many teams with that combo.
No, you wouldn't.
Yeah, Dusty's a bit. I don't know. I don't want to say one of the great players is washed, but
he's not washed. The forward line is so deplorable that even an 85-year-old Dusty might be relevant. Like that's how bad our forward line is at this point.
Yeah. Five, I seriously don't go near him. There's that many mid prices in the forward line. Pick anyone but Five. All right.
He will die before you get a good price rise out of him. He's an injury waiting to happen.
His shoulder will fall out of his arm
socket.
And socket. No, but not even the socket. It's coming out of the skin before he gets another game of 100 plus, I reckon.
He's got leprosy.
But yeah, overall the team's not bad.
No.
The only issue I have with it is the forward line.
Spend some money. You got 100,000 in the bank, my friend. Put it in the forward line.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah. All right. Next team. Archie.
Still going to change heaps. No worries, Archie. 6 Stuart Young, Buderick Williams, O'Sullivan, Kipkis Caulfield. You know what? I like that back line, especially if O'Sullivan gets up. He's a great player, O'Sullivan, very highly rated, and he can play a number of different roles. So even if he might not play in the back line for Geelong, they could play him somewhere else. But it's very hard to trust Chris Scott with rookies, though.
Sheldrick, Joe?
I like Sheldrick. His points per minute last year was incredible. He's a tough nose in and under. Everything he does is contested. He's one of those rare mid prices in the midfield that could work out. Obviously, keep a close eye on it because they've added some more players to play in the midfield. You know, obviously Taylor Adams, James Jordan, 2 fresh additions to the club. So, you know, Matty Roberts coming back from injury as well. There's quite a few players who could go through there. I'd have a close eye on him in round 0.
And I just want to appreciate Archie for getting the full team in the one photo.
I always do that whenever we review teams. Massive props. Love you, Archie.
Yeah, love the work. We don't even know if he's on the live stream, but love the work. Also, Curtin injured, if we haven't said it enough.
Yep.
And Dersma, that's literally the only issues I have with this team.
He's got 45k in the bank. He can put that on a Dersma to get a Harms.
He can even, exactly. That'd be the perfect trade for him to make before round 0. All right, let's go into Samuel's team.
Smashing them out. Let's
go. Samuel's team. So, what are the changes? That is a good back line.
Beautiful. Very nice.
Back line. Except for, I think Hoare you'd probably want over O'Sullivan.
Probably, yes. Or a Reed, Zach Reed.
Yep, or a Zach Reed. Goulden captain. Sorry, that makes me laugh, but he probably will get like 150 round 1. So
yeah, he probably will. Another one with Curtin at M8.
Yeah, Curtin M8 needs to go.
We don't know how much he has in the bank, though.
No, we don't. We do not. But yeah, apart from that, I like this team. It's pretty good. Have we delved into James Jordan much? We haven't really, have we?
Not too much, other than that he is an acquisition. Obviously, moving across from Melbourne. Probably wanted to play more on the ball, more mid-time, less sub sort of types of games. And it looked like he was going to be a very sure selection for us. And then all of a sudden, Taylor Adams leaves Collingwood and goes to Sydney. And we know that Taylor Adams isn't going to Sydney to play VFL or on a wing. So I think James Jordan might play too much wing time for my liking.
Taylor Adams was too heartbroken he didn't win this. So he couldn't stand it. so he had to leave.
Maybe.
I do love Taylor Adams. He's a very good clubman. He just wasn't getting the opportunities he wanted. Can Joe check if this team is a lock? Thanks. Oh, mate. Sean's in the stream, isn't he? So, Sean.
Oh, Shorty, you killed me, man. Oh, Shorty, you're a funny one.
Drury.
Not kidding.
Coleman. 7. He's got 7. He's got a Coleman in the forward line, in the ruck line. This is ridiculous. Oh, not my kidding, God.
Coleman. See, I don't mind. I think there's not enough center field. Not enough center field in this team.
I think
I don't want to. I don't want a Kitty Coleman on the bench. Oh, I love you, Sean. Freaking Blake Drury. Oh my God. He took that straight from he took that straight from the DR video that we did where I was complaining about going early on Blake Drury. And now you've got a forward line full of Drurys. Shorty, I much love for the effort that you put into making this. You absolutely have made my week so far. And I need, yes, big fan of content. We need Charlie Constable at D8 just to top it off.
Oh my God, Charlie Constable.
Oh wow. That's amazing. Shorty, oh man. That's amazing.
This team will win in 2024. Guarantee it.
It's won my heart. It's won my heart. I can't unsee it now. That's amazing.
Archer. So like the back line apart from the curtain pick. Yep. Is that Schoenmakers?
Yes, it is. Ari Schoenmaker, yes.
Yes. Don't know about it, to be honest.
Nah, I wouldn't go in.
Wouldn't have a clue.
Go Curtin down to Gibkiss and then Schoenmaker up to Marty Hoare or Zach Reed, whoever you want.
Either one. Also, Dacos in the midfield. So considering as the three backman premiums, I don't mind the Dacos. I think that's the only reason you would go Dacos in the midfield. Would you agree, Joe?
I don't. Yeah, I mean, Zach Williams isn't going to be a keeper for the year, so I don't really see a reason why Dacos has to be started in the back line. I think there's going to be a bunch of players that you trade out from the back line, like your rookies or your Zach Williams, for example, and then you can always swing Dacos into the back line anyway. So where you start him, I'm not too fussed. I think people like to start him in the midfield because they might not be sold on a bunch of other premiums in that price point, whereas they're sold on Nick Dacos and they don't want to play a mid-pricer. That's the reason why I have him in the midfield, so I don't really have an issue with that.
Now, Joe.
Max Holmes.
What do you think of this? Max Holmes.
I think there's potential that
there's definitely upside, but I can't see him being a keeper.
No. You're picking him at that. They're price. Picking him to make 150K.
Which is
what's Max Holmes priced at? Let's see. What's Max Holmes? Max Holmes, he is priced at 79.8 average score. So for him to make 150, he has to go 109.8. So you want him to go 110 to make you 150K. It's tough. I don't see it happening this year. He's a good player. He's Lionel Messi, but I wouldn't put him in my side though.
Yeah, and as look at Joe doing all the scoring breakdowns and everything. That's why their slogan is that they do the hard work, so you don't have to. I just do the easy work and watch other videos and recycle content. But these boys, they do everything. They do everything. So also, we haven't said it yet, but go chuck them a sub, the Centre Bounce. They post every day. If not, they might miss one day, and who cares? They pretty much post every day. Sometimes they post two videos a day, and they do a live stream every Monday as well. So always get onto that.
Cheers, man. Really appreciate it.
They provide elite content, and they've been just dominating the preseason, really.
Yeah, Big J, the other guy on the Centre Bounce, the one who started up the channel, he's off with the missus, maybe watching maths, as someone joked about in the comments below. But yeah, no, that's the slogan. We try to do the hard work so you guys don't have to. We hit the 1,000 subscribers last year, and we just feel like it's always great getting other content creators and us collabing with other content creators so that they can also hit that wonderful milestone. So yeah, if anyone's watching this that hasn't dropped a like already on the stream to help God out, you know, you never know. You could find a way to get to heaven, to shore up a place in heaven for you. So in Supercoach heaven. So drop him a subscription, and a like, please, guys. It would be
Cheers,
awesome.
mate. Cheers. Also, like, I'm pretty sure there's probably no point in me even shouting you out because you probably all my subscribers are subscribed to you at this point. So wouldn't surprise me.
I haven't seen big fan of content on our live stream. So Shawnee I've seen, Jonas obviously seen, cause I've seen. But yeah, no, we're all in it together. We're all hoping to have a good time.
Yeah, big fan of content. I'm very disappointed in you. You need to get onto his channel right now.
I'm sorry for doxing you, fan. I'm sorry. I'm sure you're not a fan of us anymore. But yeah, now Max Holmes is interesting. Back to this team. Ollie Houghton, I probably wouldn't have on field at this point at M8. It's a bit light on. I know you've paid up for some big boys, but you're also, I think I've been here once as big fan of content. Wonderful. Yeah. Tim English, you paid up a lot in the ruck. Feel like a lot of money has been spent on few, and it's caused some holes to appear on field. So I think you'd be better off spreading the love a bit more. Maybe removing some money off of Marnie on the bench and putting it on field as well would go a long way.
Yep. Now the forward line, Shai Bolton, this can work. I don't. There's definitely ways it could work. I guess if he averages what he averaged last year, it works, right? Like,
yeah,
you probably don't
pretty
need
similar
anymore. Like, because really the forward line is shambles this year.
There's potential upside to his scoring if Dusty plays more forward. But if Dusty's going to continue to play that mid role, then Shai's scoring will probably be the same still.
Yeah. Dersma, once again, get out. And Nate Caddy, I haven't delved too much into Nate Caddy, actually.
He's a gun. We traded up to get him. He's going to be our...
Is he a worthy Supercoach pick at 166k? He's a small forward, isn't he?
No, he's our third key. He's Charlie Curnow size in the forward line for us. And you know what? I reckon he's playing round one. I think he's ahead of Harry Jones. He's doing some really exciting things in the forward line. I wouldn't pick him if you don't think the Bombers are going to start off hot in terms of kicking goals and kicking a good score. If you think we're going to struggle going forward, then obviously don't pick Nate Caddy. But if you think he's going to get some decent supply and decent opportunity, then he obviously becomes a worthwhile option. But if you're going to pick a key, I feel like you can just spend only $127,000 for an Aaron Cadman, a former number one pick, and he's got the easiest starting run you could possibly have in West Coast and North Melbourne.
Yep. Also, just on Harrison Jones, I just remembered a nice quote from a commentator about Harrison Jones. He was oh so close. He's hit the post.
As soon as he did that, I knew we lost. As soon as he did that, I knew we were going to lose.
That is my favorite AFL quote ever. It's so original. Oh, it's amazing. You'll get us at one point, mate, and then you'll be talking crap to me. But yeah,
can't come soon enough.
But yeah, there you go. Anyway, overall, this team's is pretty good. Like the Billings pick as well. Yeah,
I think spread the money a bit more, Archer, and you'll be right.
Yep. He said his team was just below Sean, so maybe it's. Oh, here we go.
There you
This is his
go. We
real
got it. We
team.
got to it, Sean. We got to it, mate.
Yep.
Don't
There's his
think,
real.
do. That's a better quote.
Yeah.
Cicely Houston. All right. Burnman Houston. Sure. All right. I can see that potentially working. Young, Williams, Gipkus, Hall, Reed, Caulfield. That's a very sound backline, I think.
Yep. No complaints there.
Golden, Walsh, Steele. Look, if Steele is healthy, then Steele could be a steal at that price. Amon, McKercher, Sanders, Bins, doing okay. Sharp and Manor. Rather than Bins, I'd rather Jai Clark, I think, but that's just their placeholders anyway. He's got Sweet at R3, which is great. Got the Liam Baker with Flanders. So obviously, Shawnee here has heard and seen that Liam Baker could be playing a bit more on the ball in the midfield, attending centre bounces this year. He won't be exclusively as a mid. He will be alternating between forward and midfield. But if he can average about 50% of CBAs, he could go 100 odd, which would make him a forward primo keeper for sure. Harms, Reid, McRae, Wilson, Cadman, and Darcy. Man, I like this team, Sean.
I like it too. I got to admit, I could never start Houston ever.
Agreed.
But I applaud you on yeah, you've made a pretty good team. You've gone two mid prices in the Steele's not really a mid pricer, is he?
He's a fallen primo.
Yeah. He's a fallen primo. So I do like this team. There's nothing much really to talk about it, to criticize it, to be honest. So
yeah, you could have that. Could be perhaps a 13 keeper team. If Amon is a keeper, then that could be a 13 keeper team. So well done, Shawnee. That's wonderful.
Right, how far are we down here?
Jonas, no, Houston should not have one goal of the year. God damn it! It was just a regulation drop punt. Nothing crazy about it.
I think we've already done this team. I've lost it. I think here we go. Cicely Young Weddle. Weddle. Oh, a lot of these second-year players are coming into teams that are about 350k.
He had Weddle got massive raps from King on SEN about how hard he's working. And even Kane Corns reckons he could be one of the best players in the comp. And he's been used off half back quite a bit at the Hawks as well. So, that the existence of Weddle is also what puts me off a little bit, the Amon pick, because they love Weddle so much. So Weddle could work, but for 373k, he really has to work. I feel like Buderick at 301,000 might almost be safer just because you're saving $72,000.
And then you'll have about 100k in the bank, and then you can
exactly
spend that elsewhere. Even I don't know, what could you do? Well, let's see his other. He could get rid of Fife
at F2. Lazaro. Yeah.
Lazaro. I think George has Lazaro from memory.
It's a decent team.
Yeah, the team's decent. There's just a few picks in there that I probably wouldn't want to go near.
Yeah, just personal preference.
Yep, exactly.
Matthew.
Ooh. Himmelberg.
Is him.
I actually don't mind the Himmelberg pick. Now, he didn't spend last preseason. He only spent half the preseason practicing on his backline craft. The year before, no preseason in the backline. Had I think his best year in the best scoring in the backline was the first year he was in the backline, so 2 years ago. He had a bit of practice in the back line last preseason, played a bit of it, still scored pretty well, but also played quite a lot of forward. This year, coach has gone, nah, you're a backman. You're going to be a backman all year. You're only training in the back line. So I see this pick going very well, potentially.
He could do really well.
But yeah, I think it's a better pick than Weddle.
Agreed.
He's also 75k more. But yeah.
Yeah.
Who else do we have here? Curtin, get him out. I like the midfield. Midfield's good.
Nice mids.
Yep, got 6 of them. Reed in the midfield. I don't think you can afford to do that.
No way. What's his forward line like? Let's see. Luke Jackson, Jordan Sweet at R2. No.
This team just took a turn for the worst.
Holy shit! What the hell? Like, we were so fine, and then you just turn the screen and just like shock horror. Please turn it back. Turn it back to the previous screen. Oh my god!
Oh my god! What is?
That's a potty forward line if I've ever seen one. But yeah, no, Jordan Sweet, and no McKercher either. You're right, Causa. That McKercher's got to be. He's got Harley Reid in the mids, and no McKercher. Got to do some more research, Matt, on this team.
Do
some more research.
This part isn't too bad.
No,
this part is good.
Then where'd the money go? Where'd the money disappear all of a sudden?
Man had about 1 mil left to his rucks and his forwards.
Oh no.
Jimbo. Here we go. Nick Newman.
151 in the bank. Come on, Jimbo.
That's crazy. Nick Newman.
No, not for me.
Just a straight nut from Joe. I agree, but I can see it working. But Zach Williams could take quite a lot of scoring off him.
Exactly.
So,
and you never know. Could Doherty go back as well?
Yeah.
I don't think they have any injuries in the midfield anymore.
Yeah, true. And I think Matt Kennedy's apparently playing really well in the preseason too. So he might be in the midfield over Doherty.
Mids are okay. Sturzma, I'm not a fan of though. Yeah. Marshall Grundy. Look, if that's your call, and you think Gawn's going to break down, then that's a call you can make. I'm not against it.
The thing with Melbourne is no Gawn, no Melbourne.
Oh, you think so, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So they'd want him to be healthy. Nick Watson.
No, he's a small forward.
No way. The Wizard.
He's going to have to pull off some real magic Dumbledore style for him to be Supercoach relevant. Put the money on Leak. I mean, you could very easily free up again some more. He has so much money in the bank. He could free up even more if he just got a Marty Hoare, a Gipkiss, Zach Reid, because even Curtin has to go as well. Like there's so much money still that he could play around with.
There's a lot to do.
To bolster the midfield, bolster the back line. Kitty Coleman's not a premium. You've only got 2 keepers in the back line. Yeah, you got a bit of work to do on that team, Matt.
So Jamie, he's got this at the moment. We'll show it, but he's planning on Jelly to Walsh flip round 3. No.
Okay.
No, I don't like I don't like sidewaysing premiums just because they have one buy in round 3.
Agreed.
You're just wasting a trade.
But otherwise, I think it's a great team.
Yep. Yeah, no, I'm just looking at the team now. Yeah, I do think it's a good team. I actually
There was
struggle to
only a
find
way.
weaknesses in this
There was
struggle to
only a
find
way.
weaknesses in this side.
The only thing he's missing is a playing R3.
Yep.
That's all you're missing.
But yeah, that's the consequences you got to make to get the high scoring early rounds.
Yep. But I would try and get a playing R3. If that means getting rid of Roberts, if it means maybe missing out on Gipkiss to get maybe a Marty Hoare, for example, to then get Livingston up to Jordan Sweet, I think it's really handy having that playing R3. And once you do that, then I think your team is set.
Yep, definitely. All right. That's enough for that one. There was someone said he was the next one. Samuel, have you been over Samuel's? Stephen Sutter said he's somewhere. Frank.
Oh, we haven't looked at Frank's yet, I don't think.
Yeah, okay. Well, he's down here, so we'll look at Frank's and we'll look at his. So, that's a weird.
How'd you take this screenshot, mate? What are you using, a Nokia phone?
Yeah, it's Samsung maybe. All right.
Horn, Grundy, Sweet, Flanders, Jordan, Harms, Billing, Reed, McRae. That's great. I like what I see on this screen.
Fantastic. It's two different posts here. See, now we're getting into the real good stuff.
This is mad. Well done.
This is a fantastic team.
Frankie, I gotta applaud you, Frankie. That's a great team. With 50K in the bank as well.
Sarong captain's my only issue there.
Yeah, I'd maybe, I don't know, like get a trade out Hall to perhaps get
you got Matt 54K in the bank.
Yeah, this is a wonderful team.
You can go.
The money, he's got the money because he's gone only the 5 primo mids. He hasn't gone for a 6th one. So he's managed to hold on to a bit of cash. I reckon you could even get like a Matt Roberts in there who appears to be playing half back. You've got the money to do so. And then you would shore up all these great rookies. Well done, Frankie.
Yeah, it's good. Even you could go, unless you don't like the mid bench, you can try and get Wilson into the forward line. Well, depending on whether you don't like, unless you like all of these, then yeah. All right, then we got Stephen. Oh, the format, the photo, it's everything.
What is going on?
The issue is the team name. I don't like this.
The Newcomers.
And he doesn't even have Newcomb in his team.
I love it. That's pretty funny. You know what? I can live with the team name. I just don't. I'm not a big fan of seeing Newcomb in people's teams, but Dacos is really young. Buderick, Williams, Caulfield, Gipkiss, Hoare. That's a great back line.
Yeah, he's got the team name, but he doesn't have Newcomb.
It's fine.
Nah,
it's like the newcomers, but it's the newcomers.
Oh, I like the
maybe
midfield.
He's a newcomer.
You're a bit short in the midfield, I think.
Yeah, I agree. But Roberts could be an on-field option if he's best 23 playing in the off half back. Then Matty Roberts could be a fieldable option.
But he's also exactly, and he's also hefty in the defense. Like he's gone,
which is okay,
I think. Which is okay, yeah.
Because he hasn't really sacrificed anywhere else. I mean, the forward line. He's got a couple of mid prices. He's got McRae still. So, look, I think it's a very solid team here for the newcomers.
Yep. It is. Definitely. I reckon we'll get through a few questions. And then we'll quickly look at Paul's team here. Because it's a good photo, and I got to respect that. And then we'll go through a few questions and we'll end it there. I think we've been going for about an hour 40 now, so
yeah,
it's nearly bedtime. But yeah, the backline superb. I don't even know if I'm gonna have to we might not even have to analyze this. Bit cheap in the midfield. But has gone the Bont, so he's an extra 100k than any other mid. So I can understand that. Gordon Grundy, McRae, Flanders, Lynch. That is the first team we've seen. I nearly said Max Lynch, Tom Lynch. But
Change him. He's not playing round 1.
Yeah, get him out.
Richmond have said he's not going to be available.
Yeah. Wait for his first 2 games. If his first 2 games are good, get him straight in.
Yeah, I'd rather Billings.
Yeah, but you're not going to start Lynch, so you're probably going Billings instead of
Correct.
Lynch
Yeah, that's what I'm
now.
saying. I'd rather start Billings than Lynch. Yeah.
Yeah, but wait for Lynch to play. See his break.
He's not going to play. Richmond have said he's not playing at the start of the season.
No. Once he plays, I'm saying.
Oh, once he plays, yeah, sure.
Then he could be a good option, but yeah.
I'm unsure about Naismith. If he plays at R3, would be good if you could somehow get him up to like a Jordan Sweet. And if Jordan Sweet isn't playing, have the maneuverability to get him up to a Toby Conway. I think having an R3 is really important.
Yeah. So we've got about 5 messages of just saying, can you please quickly look at my team? So what we'll do is we'll give you the choice. We can look at 4 more teams, or we can answer questions for 5 minutes.
It's probably important. Is it possible to do a review a minute? One minute per review?
Probably, but we need to find their teams as well.
Where have you guys sent these teams? Liam, Travis.
Well, I've only asked for them on Twitter, so it's got to be on Twitter.
Gonna be on Twitter. OS Prod questions. Big fan of content questions. All right, so people are saying questions.
All right, we'll do questions for 5 minutes. We'll get this. Oh, also go
ask
follow
away
me.
then.
Cheers.
Ask away, fellas.
Yeah, go for it. Well, I'll do another rate your team video, and then next week or something. Like I'll do another one before preseason comes around, and you can go sending your teams again then. But yeah,
of course, Jonas, do it all. Of course, Jonas, you are a slave worker, Jonas. You just crack the whip on us to do all this work for you.
He's not a slave worker. He's
what is he then?
He's the
slave driver.
Yeah, he's. I don't know. He's a boss man.
The boss man.
Do you think Petrarca has extra value due to him potentially getting DPP? Yes, but I don't think he will. Yeah, Clary's not playing. Clary might not play for the first half of the season, according to Mark Robinson.
Correct.
So
he might. So if that's the case, then he's not going to get DPP. No. If Petrarca is getting DPP, it means he's playing more forward. And if he's playing more forward, it's a less Supercoach friendly role, which means he's not going to score as well. So if you're picking someone because you're expecting them to get forward DPP, then essentially you're picking them because you anticipate them to have a suboptimal role, which is counterintuitive. You don't want to pick someone who has a suboptimal role. So I wouldn't be picking someone in the midfield because they might get forward status. You can pick someone in the midfield or forward if you think they will get defensive status, because if you're playing in defense, you're more likely to score better than if you're playing forward. So don't pick Petrarca if you think he's getting forward DPP, is what I'm ultimately trying to say.
Yeah. Paddy Dow, injured. Don't pick him.
Correct. Even if he wasn't, I wouldn't pick him.
Yeah, exactly. Kadeem Coleman, yes or no? Maybe. I don't know. The bloke got 124 in 2 back-to-back, the 2 most important finals of the year. But
because you guys let him. You let him. You didn't care. Collingwood doesn't mind Brisbane racking up disposals in the back line. They don't care about that. And Carlton were run off their feet. Carlton clearly ran out of gas by the time they got to that prelim at the Gabba. So just because he had 2 great finals doesn't automatically make him a good selection. I reckon Coleman's a trap.
Yep. Okay. Heard it here first. Kaluva average highly? Nah.
Unlikely.
No, I don't think there's any chance. I think he could average similar, maybe 2 points less, maybe. But I don't think he could average more. And also, there's going to be an injury game in there somewhere.
Sure.
I guarantee it. And then he'll be out for a month with a hamstring.
Was last year a career best season for him? I'm just going on to DFS.
I think it might have been, yeah.
And see, like, he's not a spring chicken anymore. Like, I can't imagine him getting better later in his 30s.
32, 33.
Yeah, he had a career best season last year, 116. I can't see it going up more than that.
Can't possibly. Sorry, mate. We're done with the teams for tonight. Really likes Braden Campbell, but only if he plays half back. If he plays on the wing or anywhere else, then I assume he's not going to pick him. He doesn't want to pick him. He plays wing though, doesn't he? Isn't he the other wingman to Goulden?
Yeah, and I know he was lined up, touted to be the next half back, but in the match sim, it was actually Matty Roberts who was playing half back for the A team. So it could mean that Braden Campbell isn't going to get that half back role. It looks like it could be Matt Roberts. So I wouldn't go near Braden Campbell flag wise.
Yeah. All right, we'll do 3 more questions. So send in as many questions as you want. I'm going to pick the best 3 questions. We'll do one of these ones. This is just...
Will you regret not starting Mitch Owens when he averages 110 as he becomes the next Adam Goods? I will not regret it, big fan, because I will be jumping on him right away. I love me some Machito Owens. I'll be very happy to have him in the side, but I don't think he will.
Anyway, we're not counting that as a question. All right, okay. If a player such as Track Errol Green goes 150 plus in round 0, do we just pick them so they don't get out of our reach? No, because they're going to get in reach at some point.
Correct.
That you might have to wait an extra couple of rounds because of that 150 score. But at the end of the day, it's all based off 3-round averages. By round 4, they're not going to have the 3-round average anymore. So it was round 5 considering opening round.
Yeah. I think so.
Yes, I think so. Here we go. I think this is a good one to finish off on. Thoughts on premiums that will go under the radar. So what premiums do we think will go under the radar, Joe?
As in, are they current primo price now, or do they become premiums that without us realizing that they've become premiums?
I think they mean like they're premiums, but you think people are underrating them and they could potentially just go absolutely berserk.
All right, I'll say Darcy Parish right off the bat on that one.
I'm going to say...
And I reckon he's the best he's ever looked. And I think the last time I've seen him look this good was in 2019, and he went 116 that year. His disposal is better than ever. I can see him going around 120. Sarong is also a good one. Yes, I like that message. Sarong could also be a good selection.
Yeah. Let me just have a look here. I could see Josh Dunkley going under the radar.
Yep.
A lot. Josh Dunkley, 644K. What did he average last year? He averaged 115.2. He's averaged a lot more in the past. He could definitely go under the radar and potentially 100%. Get out of people's reach. if he
absolutely, I agree. I agree 100%. Good shout out.
Another one for me would probably be Adam Chera, 605K. I think he could fly under the radar. Not saying he could average much more, because we know Walsh is back and he's going to take a lot of mid time as well. But I think Chera is in their starting midfield, and I can't. He's got to get better. He's only 23. I want to say 24. I think he's one that could definitely go under the radar. Not picking him, but like these young players that 600K and a 3% owned, they all have a chance of going under the radar, right? So
yeah, it's true.
But yeah,
good ones, good selections.
Yeah. Anyway, I think that's it for the live stream, lads. Everyone go subscribe to the Centre Bounce. Follow them on Twitter. They post a lot on Twitter actually.
Yeah, we
And
do.
go follow Joe on Twitter as well. And yeah, go check out. They made a great video the other day with DR, Supercoach with DR, talking about, well, it was a bit about his past in the game and how he's been able to innovate with new content such as the stock market and stuff like that, and even talking about how do you go from this noob in Supercoach to just getting it done, getting top 1K year in year out, which by the way is not possible, but
it's very unlikely. But
very unlikely, but you can try.
But with doing hard work or having someone else do a lot of hard work for you, then it's definitely very doable. Much love to you, God. Thank you so much for having me on. Always a pleasure coming on for these live streams. Much love to all the people in the chat. Get a paternity test, mate. Good stream. Love you, Jonas. You are a funny man. Sean, if I look anything like him, then I'm doing pretty decent, I gotta say. Causa, much love to you as well. Shawnee, I will never forget that team that you made. That absolutely cracked me up to bits, Shawnee. I love it. Please send it to me as well. Take a screenshot and message it to me, Sean. I'd love to see that again. But much love to you, God. Let's get this guy to 1K subs, guys. He's pumping up all the content. He's had a nice break, and now he's flying. He's on 736. Come on, guys. 1K.
Yeah, that's five. That's 5 subs just from the stream, mate. So that's good.
Get around us. Get around us, mate.
I hope everyone has a good night. I'll be back again tomorrow with another video. And well, if you're going to stay up longer, go either watch my video and I posted a video on the defenders you need and whether we need them or not. And did you guys post a video today?
Yeah, we did actually.
You did.
The players that we're looking at for round 0.
Yep, exactly. So go watch either of those videos, or that DR video is very good as well. So you can go watch that as well. But I hope you all have a good one. And yeah, cheers.
See you guys. Have a good one.